Hello. I found an igloo, and these guys were in the basement. That doesn't have a potion. Oh, there's the potion. That's pretty cool, I guess. My inventory's clogged. I managed to kill a drowned that had a trident, so I've got that now. I guess I don't need the cobblestone or the raw chicken. Hey. Cool. Aw, sorry guy, I hit you with it too. I found a witch's hut and that's where I got the potions of healing. Oh, you're a toolsmith. That's cool. Thanks. I'm gonna leave you both down here though. Actually, I'll note down the coordinates at least. Oh look, I conveniently have a little strip of paper. I'm not gonna do it in pencil because if I do it... Oh look, I got it! I got an achievement! Zombie Doctor. That's so cool. 302 34 minus 1395. Igloo on my note. It came up on the screen too just then about the achievement. I don't know if that came up for y'all. I never thought to look last time. Why are you a toolsmith? That doesn't give the toolsmith job, neither does this. I'm taking it though. I'm taking that too. Bye. Y'all can stay stuck down here. I was actually just watching Annihilation because it's one of my comfort movies because that makes sense. I hadn't been planning on recording at all, but then I saw this igloo and then I went into the basement and I thought, I'll show the igloo. And there's a ravine here. We arrived in this snowy biome after crossing some water. There's a village over here. I haven't been into the village yet. So I guess good time to record because it's a village blast furnace. I'm stealing that. Inventory full. Buy sticks. Yeah. Because I don't think I'm going to be back here and I'm going to use these blast furnace over in my village. Sorry guys, I hope you didn't like your blast furnace. Guys as in them, not potential watchers of the video. For I do like the way the villages in this biome look. Yeah. Don't enjoy the way the mountain is mountainy. I'd actually been planning on making the trek back to my home, and then I saw the igloo, and then I went closer to the igloo, and I saw the start of the village, and then I ended up going into it. That's water. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Free cauldrons. Oh. I got startled by the noise and it was just the sound of him moving. Snow. You know, y'all can keep your beetroots and your crop boy. Oh, fell in. It's like 2 AM and now that I'm talking and recording, I'm realizing I'm not as awake as I thought I was. Like, I thought I was, like, low-key wide awake, but I am not wide awake. I am barely awake. It's funny how the standards for being awake and doing nothing by yourself and the standards for being awake and not interacting, but talking are completely different. Like, I was fine to be awake and talk with myself, but now that it's talking in a way that others can potentially hear, it's like, what are words? Not quite sure. I'll get there eventually. I hate mountainy things. Yeah. I think I just climbed up here the most awkward way possible. Well, it's not really much of a mountain, it's just little hills. Hello, fella. Stonemason. You know, I won't steal your job, stonemason, sir. For I should, because I probably need your... well, I can make that. Well, I can make blast furnaces too. I don't know why I'm being nice to the stonemason over everyone else here. Bowly bear, what will you do? Bowly bear, you're just a dude. Hi, sheep. Hello, sheep. You got anything in here? That's a smoker. I don't need it. I say that because my inventory is clogged with stuff and... yeah. Oh. Maybe one day I'll return to this village and build it up like I've been doing with my other village. And explore this ravine a little. Oh! The ravine, it's got a mine shaft in it. I was thinking words. And I was thinking I really want to... holy crap. I was thinking I really want to explore a mine shaft. There's a slime down here somewhere. There's a chest there, and then a chest down there. I don't know where that slime is, so I'm like, do I take this golden apple or not? Well, I have the golden apple, but do I eat it? Oh, that slime is making me nervous. I'm gonna need a new chest plate for sure. Oh, cool. I don't really need the other things. I'll take the torches though. Cool. Bad time to be in a mine shaft, our inventory, you know, filled up and all. But, you know, we're here. We're queer. I could always just leave and come back with my inventory less full. Or even come back after I've defeated the Ender Dragon and can have shulker boxes. But I kind of just really want to explore it now that I've seen it. Oh, I don't know where that slimy noise is coming from and I hate it. Ugh, disgusting. I don't think y'all can even hear the slime. Oh! Or is there another one somewhere? Gold? I don't need lily pads. Name tag, give me. We probably don't need the flesh. Yeah. We're not grabbing everything as we go through just because I'm lazy. And I have a cat underneath. Oh! I have a cat underneath my ankles. I just saw the slimes. Is it a slime chunk? It's so poggers. There's a chest here. Oh, disgusting slime noise. Disgusting. Disgusting. It's free slime. We can drop the empty bottles. There's another slime still. Above. Is there another slime? Oh, above again. Wow. What a slimy home. I remember when I used to occasionally have my own server and I'd play with friends, and at one stage it was only really me and one friend that were on the server a lot of the time. I'm not quite sure why. Like, we were friends, but I don't know that we were really that close, so it was probably kind of weird. But she built a house in a roofed forest. It was a tree house. And she got attached to this little slime. Well, we went exploring in a mine shaft and we found this little slime and we gave it a name and it was adorable and it was baby and it was one of our few bonding moments, I think. For I don't think we'd get along now if we ever spoke again. I can't imagine ever speaking to her again. I don't even know where she is. Maybe Sarah still has contact with her, but I don't know. I've never thought to ask. I don't think she does, though. And so we named this little slime. I don't think we got that exact slime back to her house, but I did. Well, I was the owner of the server, so I had all the privileges. So I got a slime and I got a name tag and I put it in her house and it lived in her house and it was just a little baby slime. Luck of the Sea and Quick Charge. I don't think we need either of those. You know, I was thinking yesterday that I don't really have stories. Like, a lot of the time when people do videos, they talk about stories and experiences they've had in the past, and I've thought to myself, I don't really have stories. I don't really have experiences of the past. But, I mean, I didn't just exist in a void. I have, I guess, stories in quotation marks of points in time, just moments. Like, everyone's got that. It's just I don't tend to think of them until something reminds me of them. Like, I wouldn't have remembered that slime story if I hadn't seen the slimes, you know. Like, you tend to have, life is a collection of stories and moments, and you don't really tend to think of it as such. This sounds so pretentious. But it's true. Everything is made up of moments. It's made up of stories. Like, everything is a story, whether it's a good story, an interesting story, or even, I don't know. Life is life. So yeah, I guess I do have small stories and moments in time, and I don't tend to think about them, and if prompted, I wouldn't know where to start it when talking about them. Like, you want me to just talk about this big length of time? Narrow it down. What about it do you want me to talk about specifically? It's like, the friends I made on that friend and Sarah, they both come from being on this server, this Minecraft server, for so long, and I was on that server for a long time, so you'd think I'd have a lot to say about it, but I guess I do, but when you look at it and go, hey, what do you have to say about this big length of time? It's like, well, what part of it? What aspect of it? What do you want to know about? It's a length of time. It's a lot of time, and it's hard to really pinpoint it down to one easy condensed story. Gravel. I remember when I was kind of newer to the server, I started off as, you know, the beginning rank, as anyone does, and it took me a little bit to get to Hunter, but I can't remember if anyone helped me or not, because that was a thing. People at the second rank was Hunter, and it was like 5,000 shillings to get to be promoted, and I can't remember if anyone helped me or not, because like, it was a big thing where people would ask in the chat for 5,000 shillings so they could become Hunter, and either someone would help them or everyone would rag on them, because do it yourself, nub, get your own money. And I honestly don't remember if I got help on that one. Oh, diamonds. I guess it's one of those lesser details. It doesn't really matter if I did get help or not. Like, who cares? And at the same time, it vaguely bothers me that I don't remember, because it was part of it, you know. It was part of my time on the server, so it shouldn't matter. Shouldn't it matter? And I don't know, maybe. Ugh, my inventory is so full of stuff. I could probably... Oh, I thought I dropped the bottles. And then, once I got to Hunter rank, I moved on to one of the plot maps, because once you got to Hunter, you could have a 12x12 claim area. And I moved to one of the plot maps, and I started building my claim, and it was a small claim. And I would explore the plot maps, and it seems weird to think that this is how a long stretch of time in which I want to say I was happy, but I was also miserable. You know, in that way where you look back on it and you want to say you're happy, but you know that while you were happy, it wasn't all happy. It wasn't all good. Things weren't always the best of times. I was 16 when I joined the server. Which, I don't know. I'm older than 16 now. And I went exploring the plots map, and I say that very loosely, in like quotation marks, I met the Zen and Flash. They don't go by that username anymore, as far as I'm aware. I wouldn't look them up, that would be rude. I should probably not use people's actual usernames when talking about them, now that I think about it. And I don't know how it came about, but Zen and Flash ended up going back with me to my plot, and we ended up, at some point I bought a donator rank on the server. I first got Titan. I was able to make my area, my home place, bigger. I built a shop, because on that server it was a zombie apocalypse server. I built a shop, and I thought I did pretty alright with my little shop. And Zenon was... I don't know what I should call them if I'm not going to use their actual name. I mean, I've already said the username that they were using at the time, so it's like, is there much point giving them a false name now? I'm going to call them Nonny. That just seems cuter and more fond, even though I don't know that I would describe what I feel towards them as fond anymore. But Nonny helped with the shop. Helped with the clearing out land, because we're building a farm under the shop, and you know, it was a shop, but it was also my main place of stay. And at the time, it was a big thing on the server to own a shop, or to have a farm, or to have both. And we were trying to hollow out the entire underside of it in order to... I don't know, to build a farm. I don't know why I said I don't know. And we spent a lot of time doing that, and a lot of time talking, and it must have been unbearable for the moderators at the time, because on that server, the moderators all had, what was it called? I don't remember the name of the command, but it allowed you to see private messages between people on the server. Which kind of weird, but also it was a server, and everyone knew that they could see that. Well, I didn't at first, but it was kind of a common knowledge thing. It was just You know, don't say things that you don't want someone to potentially see, kind of thing. Like whenever you were messaging someone privately on the server directly, it was always this thing of, well, any moderator online could potentially see it, or the owner of the server could potentially see it at all times, and it's just, that was it. I'm not sure really how I feel about that now, this idea of, you know, moderators always being able to see what you're saying. But yeah, it was how it was. And I don't know at what point me and Nonnie started dating. I don't think anyone ever asked anyone out. It was just one day we were a thing, you know, and it was that. It just happened, and I don't even know when it happened. I don't know how it happened. It happened. I don't think things could happen like that now. Like the way I approach people and interact with people, I don't think that could happen now. But you know, I was younger then, and I was different. Like then, I really just thought I was. I really just thought I was a cis female, and evidently I was wrong on that count. I just really thought I was a cis female, and I was in that stage of, well, I will say I'm bi, but I'm not really sure if I am or not. I think a lot of people have that stage of where you say something, but you're not 100% sold on it. Actually, I think that's a little less common now. I think it's becoming less common, but it's whatever. Eventually, I did figure things out. I remember my plot had, my land had a big giant glass dome we were building over it. It was really ugly because it was just this big old glass dome. And it wasn't like curved or anything because it's Minecraft. We just built a square thing over it in glass and called it a day. And at one point I decided to expand my shop. At some point I got the God donation rank, which was a higher up rank. I think it was like, I want to say $60, but I might be thinking in New Zealand dollars. Either way, it was a lot to spend on a donation rank on a Minecraft server. And I moved my shop. I don't know if it was before or after I got God, but I ended up becoming a moderator on the server. Yeah, I became a moderator on the server. I was a trial mod, and then I was a moderator. And I started interacting with the other moderators at the time more. I remember there was Night Rift and Cloud Roth. Cloud Roth has a lot to do with a lot of my time on the server. If you happen to listen to this and are actually interested in more about my time on that server, I will happily say more. Right now I'm just kind of rambling, and I guess in a way I'm getting things off my chest because I don't think I ever really processed any of that time. Like, you know how sometimes you just have this big gap in your life, and you know that things happen, you know life happened, but once you've experienced it, you've experienced it, and you don't really absorb it anymore, and it's the past. It doesn't matter, and you don't think about it. That's kind of been how I've been towards that. I don't think about it. But I kind of wonder if I should think about it. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what more I should say. I guess I could continue going through the timeline of my time on that server. I don't know. eventually, I remember this one time, I think it was Valentine's Day even, and Nonnie made this cute message in our plot. It covered everything with flowers. It was lovely, and I don't know. It was mushy. It was. I don't think the past me appreciated it as much as the me now would have. Like, now I'm a lot more hopeless towards gestures like that. Like, hell yeah, play Minecraft with me and let's build sappy things together. That's all I want in a future relationship, for us to play Minecraft and be sappy together. But I think past me was, I'm sure past me thought it was cute, but, you know, I don't think teenagers tend to dwell on things. I don't really dwell on things now, but I don't know. And then, as all things do, it came to an end. It was me that ended it. At the time, everyone was using Skype. It's so weird to think of Skype. My old laptop that I still occasionally use still has Skype installed on it, but I don't know how to log into the account I had then. I don't think I would want to log into the account I had then. I think if I saw the messages I sent and received back then, I would just cry. But I ended it. I ended it with this big long paragraph over Skype because I freaked out, and you know, we were talking every day, almost all day, every day. I don't know if I was 16 yet or 17. Well, I was 16 when it started, but I don't know if I had turned 17 by the time it ended. And it felt too serious at the time. Like, I know it seems lame to look at what is essentially internet dating that started because of Minecraft and go, it felt too serious, but it felt like too much. I was young, I was very overwhelmed, I was having a difficult time, as a person does sometimes. And I guess I just kind of panicked, and I wanted out. I felt trapped. And that's kind of been my lasting impression of any type of relationship. It's just something that kind of makes you feel trapped. And things were fine. I was still a moderator on the server. Nonnie left my plot, obviously. It was like weird. We didn't talk, or if we did talk, it was distant. It was weird. I don't really remember it that well. He went, I don't know what pronouns I should be using, because I don't want to say too much about where they're at in life now, because that's not really my business or anyone on the channel's business. I'll just use they pronouns, I guess. They went off to their own and claimed their own plot in a mountain. Not really relevant. They I don't know how to say it. Hello, Spooter. Oh, okay. I think I'll actually... No, I can go a little bit longer. My shop on the server was doing pretty alright. Like, I was pretty proud of my shop. I enjoyed running a shop. I enjoyed the process of restocking and everything like that. Which is, I guess, a kind of weird thing to enjoy. I don't know. I enjoyed gathering items to put in my shop. I don't know when my friendship with Ali started. Ali was another member of the server. At the time, I believed him to be in his early 20s. I don't know when. Well, we're friends. We weren't particularly close friends at first. You know, friends in the we will talk kind of way. I was pretty close to the staff team at the time. The person I mentioned earlier that found the slime with me, they and Sarah became moderators, and I guess I kind of had a hand in that, because I was like, yeah, you totally should apply, you totally should keep your application, and they became trial moderators together, and they were kind of seen as a duo, I guess. Like, people associated them with each other. They had a shop together. We'll just call the one that I had the slime with by her name. We'll go for shortened form. We'll call her Beck. And so they were trial moderators, and they later became moderators. It's kind of hard to keep things lined up, like hard to know what order everything occurred in. We had 2 S moderators at the time. That's super moderator. They had the ability to set nicknames, create warps, so you could, you know, have a short way of getting somewhere. Not much to say on that. We had a couple of moderators at the time. Maybe even 3. There was Darren, there was Mavericken. Let's make a fish chest, I guess. Fish. I remember there was a few times. Oh, we also had Otto Bear. I think he was a super moderator at one point or another. I don't know. Wood, glass, bucket. I remember a few times getting to talk with Mavericken, and Mavericken is 10 years older than me. I was going to say was, but like, even if I'm not in contact with him or talking to him, he's still 10 years older than me, so like, his age didn't change since then. And Darren was 20 years older than me, I remember. But I remember a few times getting to talk to Mavericken. It was late hours my time. I don't know what hours it was for him, but I just remember really listening to what he said and thinking, yeah, this is someone to talk to. Like, I don't think I ever said anything personal, but I think I just trusted everything that he said. You know, in the way that you look up to someone in a, oh, yes, you are an older person that I trust, that I respect kind of way. It wasn't anything weird. It was just, yes, I trust and respect you. And I remember really valuing that time. I doubt Ken thought much of it at all, because it was just, hey, this random teenager on this Minecraft server I moderated, I moderate. Sometimes we chat, and in the public chat, so everyone can see it and everyone can chat too. They can join in wherever. I think at the time I was still kind of upset, I guess. It was me that ended things, but I was upset for a really long time about ending things with Nonny. I'm not very good at processing things. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm the one that did it or if I'm the one that said about the events. I don't process very well. There's llamas over there. I don't have any leads on me. And the moderator had the ability to go invisible. So your character would be invisible, you wouldn't show up in the list of online people. And it was creepy, I know. And I wouldn't do it now, but I would go to Nonny's plot and just hover around because it's sad and I didn't know what else to do. And they later went on to become friends with this pair of girls. They were 2 years younger than me, I think. Not that I knew it at the time, but they were 2 years younger than me, which was weird. And sometimes they had a shop together. I think that was the common thing. People pairing up to make shops. Well, not the common thing, but it happened enough that I felt like it was a common thing. Sometimes I'd just hang out in the cauldron outside their shop, just sitting in there. And then we'll call her Sum and Nonny started dating, and I don't know what happened with Sum and Moon. I never really got I probably did get told, but it wasn't important to me. I was a typical teenager. I wasn't going to just hold on to information that didn't feel personal or important to me. I don't know if they drifted apart or just had an argument, but Moon was sad, I was sad, so sometimes we would just talk and be sad. Which I think is kind of cute in hindsight. Like, we didn't get personal with each other, but we would have kind of surface level conversations because we were both sad. And I think neither of us were really happy about Nonny and Sum's relationship. I ended up in another relationship for the server, which is really dumb. Like, I don't know if I regret it or not. I was going to say I don't regret it, but I'm not actually sure if I do or not. Like, it's hard to know. Like, as I said, I haven't really processed it. I find it hard to believe that I ever will, but I will, I think. And the person I was in a relationship with was a fellow moderator. You know, I think I have said enough personal things today. But, you know, if you want to know more stories or more information about my time on that server, you can always ask in the comments. You can ask about specific things, or you can just say, hey, just ramble about your time on that server again. I will listen, and I will probably happily do that. Because I think getting the chance to talk out loud and talk about the past, it does kind of help clarify things in a way. We're back at the village now, as you can see. Between this episode and next, I probably will just work on the village and expanding it and terraforming the land. So thank you for watching. If you managed to get through this whole thing, I applaud you, because I don't think I would have. Or maybe I would have. There are a few people I would happily listen to ramble for a long time. I don't know that I'd listen to me ramble, so if you did make it through, thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.